Hello, it's me, Carmen, our Super PC from Fancy Show Tech. Today we are interviewing Leo Laporte, the tech guy. Hello, Leo.
Hello, Carmen.
How's your day been?
How are you?
I'm feeling great.
Do you like this chair?
It's a very nice chair.
It's bulletproof, you know.
Bulletproof, really?
Yeah. We were a little worried that somebody might take a pot shot at me from the window.
The window.
Yeah. So we got an armored chair.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yours isn't.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I'm your guard then.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's why you're next to the window, not me.
You're going to take the bullet from me.
Yeah. You just dive in front, right?
That's great. So, Leo, I have 7 questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. 7 questions.
I'm ready.
First one,
yes.
Why did you start TWiT?
Well, I was a sad, lonely person. I had no friends, nothing to do. So I thought maybe if I did a show... You know why I really started it? Because you're too young to remember Tech TV. But 7, 8... When did it stop? 2004. So 7 years ago, Tech TV went off the air, and I had been doing a show there. And we had a lot of people who really liked Tech TV. And when it went off the air... people just would keep coming up to me for a long time saying, well, whatever happened to Tech TV? You know, where are you now? And I was doing a show in Canada, but nothing in the U.S. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to I knew there was an audience, kind of try, not recreate Tech TV, but do something that audience would be interested in. So that's kind of how TWiT began.
Does switching to a new location feel weird to you?
Yeah. But also, you know, it's funny because everybody... has been working so hard to create this. We're in the first week of the new Brickhouse Studios. That's where we are right now. And people work so hard to do this. They just, I mean, a lot of my staff still hasn't had, you know, more than a few hours sleep a night for the last month. It was really a dream to create this. We all are just so excited about it. Everybody's very excited. Of all the people here, though, I think I was the one that was most nervous about making the move. It cost a lot of money. I was worried that we couldn't pull it off. I was worried that our shows weren't good enough for it. I really like being here. Doesn't it kind of feel nice to be here?
It feels great.
There's just something. I use the term feng shui. There's this kind of the vibe here is really pleasant. You kind of want to hang out here, and that's been nice. But it's a little scary. It's kind of big. I feel like just this little guy, and this is a little too fancy for me. But I'm excited about it. And it's not just for me. It's for all of the people who do shows on TWiT, so that we can do more shows, better shows. They can do a better job with their shows. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I'm wearing a Tech TV shirt. So that's the old Tech TV.
I can get one of those?
No.
I have an Apple T-shirt.
You can't have mine.
These are less rare.
No, not trading.
Okay.
Nope.
What?
Okay, let's trade.
No, not right now.
No, just give me your shirt.
No, I can't right now, though.
No, really, I'll trade.
No, I mean after the interview.
No, it's now or never. Here, just go behind the chair.
Oh, okay. Go behind the set.
Yeah, you go there.
Okay, I am now.
That's good.
Okay, question 3. What major challenges have you had for the new studios?
Besides the fact that the shirts are way too small here. Oh, my God. Don't even start with the challenges. Oh, my God. It's been a nightmare. First of all, it was going to cost we had saved up about $350,000 or $400,000 to do it. We thought that's all it would cost. It cost 3 times as much. We thought we rented the place in January. We thought we'd be in here in April or May. It took twice as long. There's a lot of very complicated technology in here. Actually, that's the thing that's gone better than I expected, because nobody's really tried to do what we're doing. You know, with this control center and all this stuff, and having one person. You know, in real TV, the ratio is there's 2 or 3 people on camera, and there's maybe 20 people behind the camera doing all the gear. Here, it's the exact opposite. There's like the 2 of us, and there's one guy running the whole thing. We got Colin.
But we do have all the cameras they have, except they're cheaper versions.
See, Colin's doing it all. There he is in the control room all by himself. That's it. That's all it takes. So that's kind of where we flip the model on its head to make it more financially viable. it's cheaper to do than real TV because it takes so many fewer people. But we did have to buy a lot of, we had to buy 30 cameras to make that work. But that's all right.
About $3,000 each.
The cameras are $1,500. They're Canon Vixia HFG 10s, consumer grade camcorders, nice HD camcorders. I mean, the quality of the picture is great, especially in an environment like this where you have control of the light, so you can give them a lot of light. And then there's a $500 Blackmagic HDMI converter, because we have to, the switcher we use, the TriCaster 850, uses SDI inputs. So that's serial digital interface.
I saw those converters all
around. So each camera has a $500 converter that takes the HDMI out of the camera, turns it into SDI so we can send it over the TriCaster. And then, we have to make them mount and stuff. So it's probably, $2,200 per camera.
Okay.
So we spent $60,000 on cameras, but one camera operator is at least that much a year, right?
Yeah.
Right? So they
want good money.
And they want, in fact, it's probably twice that, after you give them benefits and everything. So really, if you think about it, for $60,000, we got, so many cameras we don't even need a camera operator. And so that's really why this financial model works.
Mm-hmm. Our fourth question is, will Eric Lanigan's show Tech Talk Back ever be made an official show?
Who's Eric Lanigan? No. Eric, you know what? I love Tech Talk Back, and we have a little problem which we didn't anticipate, which is the way this is set up. There's only one place in the whole studio that you can do a one-man show. Tech Talk Back, Eric does by himself. In the cottage, he could do that. The only place anyone can do that is in my studio, and he's not going in my studio. Nobody's going in my studio.
So will he still be doing it?
Well, we have to figure this out. I mean, what we think he could do is he could be sitting at where Colin is. That's what we call the master control.
Yeah, that would be really
He'd
cool.
have to do the show from there. It's not currently lit. We've got to get a camera and stuff there. But I want him to, I love Tech Talk Back, and I've already told Eric, he wants to do overnights. He wants to do it like every night overnight. I already told him he could do that. So we just have to make it so it's possible for him to do that.
And will you be uploading it as an official podcast
Well,
eventually?
it's just, no. The only reason I want to do this is cheaper than hiring a night watchman. What about the bathroom? He could shoot it in the bathroom, sure.
But
there's no cameras in there yet.
It would be awesome to see as an official podcast.
What does that mean to you? Oh, you mean like you could download it?
Yeah, like you can with any other show like Twit or The Gizwiz.
Not every show we do can you download. One of the things that we want to do in general is we want to have 24/7 live operation. But it costs, it's one thing to sit down and like do this. It doesn't cost us very much. As soon as we have to edit it and post it and all that stuff, it costs us more. So my thinking is that I would like to have 24/7 shows, but not all of them are available for download until the demand is there. Because to me, the download, I want people to watch live. The download to me is like, we'll TiVo it for you, because you can't TiVo new media. So we'll TiVo it for you. And yeah, I mean, I have no reason why we wouldn't make Eric's a download. I think he makes it a download on his own page, doesn't he?
He puts it on YouTube. That's all he does.
Yeah, well, that's fine, right?
Yeah, but it'd still be kind of nice because then
it would cost us money. So until he has enough listeners or viewers to make it financially viable, that's kind of the rule of thumb. The way we generally work it when we get a new show is we give them 13 weeks to build an audience, and then at the end of 13 weeks we say, is there a big enough audience to make this a podcast? If not, we cancel the show. We've done that with a number of shows. Or we make the decision, as we have with a number of shows, to keep doing it, but maybe not make it a podcast.
Basically, Eric's went over his 13
We're just waiting.
weeks.
The truth is you have to have more than 50,000 viewers or downloads to be financially viable.
I think Bitcoin Review gets about 100 subscribers.
Do they have ads?
No ads, but we want advertisers.
Yeah, but see, it's hard to sell. Our ad agency doesn't want to sell an ad on a show that has fewer than 50,000 downloads. So it's very hard for us to monetize those shows. Some shows like that we do, like because I think they're important, like Futures in Biotech. Actually, we can get advertisers on that show because it's such a specialized audience. Floss Weekly, that's a small audience, but it's important to do open source stuff. So we have a number of shows that don't necessarily turn a big enough audience to have advertisers, but we still do. Eric's right in the middle. I think Eric's really good. I think that's a great show, and I'd like to see it become a podcast. As the audience grows, then that will happen.
Next, is there anything else that you're still working on in the new Twit Studio? So you haven't completely finished yet?
Oh gosh, nothing's done. That gear, that's done. That's about it. We have to dress the sets. This whole corner we're calling radio corner. That's where the ham radio stuff's going to be. An AM transmitter, AM console. That whole corner is undone. I was thinking that was going to be Eric's corner, but then I realized, well, we'd have to find a way for him to switch the show. Well, maybe we can do that.
You could put a control board over
We
there.
still have a lot of, yeah, exactly, like I have in my studio. In fact, that might be the other solution, is to make a one-man operation position as well. We have a lot more to do. We're still tweaking the sound, still some issues with the sound. In fact, I think we found out yesterday that one of our Axie units has a bad board in it, maybe from the move, and it's been causing, we've been having all these weird problems. And the Telos people said, oh, you have a bad board, so they're sending us a replacement board. So there's things like that. I think that's going to always happen. It's always going to take a while for us to get all the kinks worked out. But in general, I feel pretty good. I think it's like 99% done.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Why did the Daily Gizwiz switch to a new format, weekly episode, from like the daily format we were previously used to?
That's a good example of we had as a daily show about 25 to 30,000 downloads each day, which was not enough to sell. Plus, our ad agency tells us that daily shows in general are very difficult to sell because, well, for a variety of reasons having to do with the fact that, and I'm trying to simplify this a little bit, but the theory is that it's going to take you a certain amount of times to hear an ad before you'll buy the product, right? It turns out you hear it once, probably not very effective. You hear it 100 times, most of those impressions, they call those, are wasted. Turns out to make an ad effective, you have to hear it about 5 to 7 times. Any fewer times, the message isn't going to sink in. Any more than that, you're wasting ad dollars, right? So advertisers are very aware of the fact that they doing too many ads, right?
Yeah.
Because it's wasted money for them. So a daily show presents problems because they don't want to advertise 5 days a week. So we just have difficulty. We have 2 daily shows. We have the Daily Gizwiz and we have TNT. And basically, we made the decision that we couldn't support 2 daily shows. We could support 1. So we have TNT, which I think is really important because that's our news operation. And really, all my decision was to take the 5 shows we do and combine them into 1 weekly show. The idea being that individual show would have a larger audience and we would be better able to sell ads onto it. And so far that seems to be the case. We had 2 ads today. So far that seems to be the case. We want that show to pay for itself because it's a fairly expensive show for us to do. Especially a daily show. You have to edit, more. It's a lot more work to make a daily show.
And last but not least, what is next for Twit?
Well, boy, I hate to even think about that given how much building this and studio has killed us. But I would say a couple of things that we're looking at doing. One is new shows. I want to have big shows that take up a lot of the evening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. The first one's going to be the gaming show at the Controls, and there will be a LAN party after that. So that means Friday evening you'll watch at the Controls, and then the rest of the evening you'll be able to play in the LAN party and watch the LAN party. Saturday night I'm thinking of having kind of a cocktail party show where it's kind of like a party, but we do interviews and music and stuff. And then Sunday night I want to do radio theater. I hate to even talk about these because I know people hear me say this and they say, oh, when is that going to be? I can't wait till that is. And this is distant. This is pipe dream stuff. We got to swallow this. And then, of course, people are very interested. I foolishly, a year ago, mentioned that I wanted to do a morning show. I really still do. But the studio's kind of taken all of our resources. So until we kind of dig our way out of the hole that this cost us, we aren't really ready to build a studio in New York and hire people for that. But eventually I'd like to do a morning show. Well, I think you have to do the morning show in New York. Do you know why?
Why?
Think about it. What time of the day is it at 6 in the morning in San Francisco? It's 9 in the morning in New York, right? Everybody's already at work.
And then, when it's like 6 a.m. in New York, it's 3
a.m. here.
You don't want to come in
I can't get a host to come in at 3 a.m. So in order to make a morning show for the U.S., we really have to do it on the East Coast with hosts who start at 6 or 7 a.m. Hey, Abby, there's my daughter. You want to meet my daughter?
Maybe after the show.
After the show? Okay. Anyway, so we start at 6 a.m. on the East Coast, which is 3 a.m. here, but at least it's not killing anybody to get up at 3 a.m. That's why we do it on the East Coast. Also, there's some hosts that I really like who live on the East Coast. We can't get them on as much as I want because they live in New York. People like Baratunde, Brian Brushwood, who's in Austin. That's on Central Time. Natalie Del Conte, Clayton Morris. They're in the New York area. So I think by doing a show out of New York, maybe in conjunction with the West Coast, having East and West Coast, we could really get some people that we don't normally get to hear from. So all of those things are kind of bubbling under in the future of Twit.
Thanks for answering a few questions for us, Leo. And
you're welcome. Thanks for the shirt.
I'm sure we'll all be watching.
I think it's very flattering.
As long as I can keep this shirt, I'll let you keep that one.
We'll think about it.
Okay.
Thanks. Take care, Carmen.
Goodbye.
Good luck with fancy show tech.
Okay.
Tech fancy.
I guess we can stay here.
Cat fancier show.
Okay.
What is it? What is it?
Fancy show tech.
Fancy
show tech.tv.
Fancy chicks.
And I'll
show with fancy people in it. Good luck.
Okay, you too. Now, you want to answer chat room questions for a minute?
No.
Or not?
I want to take this tight shirt off. It's killing me.